Chainheart Machine was, obviously our second album. I think right before it was released, we got to go to Japan for the first time, which was incredible. It was back then, it was not as common, I guess, that, extreme metal bands went to Japan. And this was after our first album. We got invited to go there together with Dark Tranquillity. So that was definitely a dream coming true. It felt almost like, really? Are we, it felt kind of early in our career. It's like such an amazing time, and coming there, being treated like royalty. I'm sure many people who've been to Japan playing can relate. It's just incredible, and fell in love with the country instantly, and obviously very young as well. And I only kind of flew to Stockholm before, by plane, and suddenly we were flying to Japan via Paris, and I remember people were smoking on the plane, French people smoking Gauloise, and on flying over. It was just, when you think back, it's like, how? Like, is that long ago? But such an amazing tour, way too much drinking, and so much adrenaline. I remember going on stage, and I'd never heard such a loud crowd, and it's like I almost passed out because it was so intense, so that's a fantastic memory. And we were going to tour Japan many times after that as well, but that definitely laid some kind of foundation. Made us really inspired to enter the studio and record Chainheart Machine again in Studio Fredman. And this was the first album with new drummer Henry Ranta behind the kit, and he did an incredible job, and just also to a new level, I would say. And our material was a bit more thrashy, I would say. Still had some kind of like heavy metal sort of influences, but more thrashy, more riffy. And what I can remember is that we discussed the guitar sound a lot. I thought there was too little distortion, I remember I had this sort of, there was a lot of discussions about the guitar sound. I remember that much, but it's like, and I think I was right. I think there should have been a little bit more distortion. It hasn't aged that well, especially since it's kind of thrashy. I mean, if it's more like rock influenced or heavy metal influenced, I think you should take down the distortion a bit. But this was more thrashy, and I think it's lacking a little bit of that. But great songs on the album, for sure. I think the title track is definitely, a track that we still do live every now and then, and it works out really well. And I remember that's also when the American crowd got introduced to Soilwork for the first time, because the title track was on like a compilation, and a lot of people, a lot of our fans from America have said that's how they discovered the band, and especially with that track Chainheart Machine. So and I think it really stood out in the music scene at the time, or in the metal scene, and especially also a lot of fun memories there, fun recording. I think we spent a little bit more, maybe 3 weeks in the studio, and I also remember that we had to record a bonus track for Japan, since we were now mega stars in Japan all of a sudden, because we done one tour. That's the first time when I tried out doing clean vocals for the song Shadow Child. So that was, we actually did not record that in Studio Fredman. We went somewhere else in the south of Sweden into studio just to record the bonus tracks. So that was kind of nerve-wracking to go in for the first time and do clean vocals. And of course, I felt like I sounded like shit. But I liked the melody of the chorus, and we just decided to go with it.